Hello again, everyone. Stu Ellis with you in southern Idaho this morning. And we're really in front of a field of mustard. It's a new crop to the area. It's being produced by some rather innovative farmers. I don't have either one of the farmers here this morning, but I've got Noel Garcia of the TPS Lab, and I've got Jared Cook from Rocky Mountain Ag, who is one of the consultants in the area. And Jared, this is a first-year crop for these farmers, something new for you and them.
Yep, it's brand new this year. We're looking for alternative crops for the year to help cash flow situations, and this mustard seemed to have a good fit.
Now, what sort of yields can one get based on what the end user has, or the buyer here, has indicated that they might be able to expect?
Generally, there is some mustard grown over towards eastern Idaho, a little bit in western Idaho. High-end yields, about 2,500 pounds per acre.
Okay.
That's the highest recorded yields I'm aware of.
And what does this shape up to be at this point?
Well, based on the purchasing agency that's contracted this crop, they're indicating anywhere between 5,000 and 6,000 pounds per acre.
All right.
So pretty exceptional possibilities.
All right. Now, what Noel, in advising Jared, advising the farmer that is producing this, what sort of recommendations does TPS Lab have for a mustard crop, given the soil, given the conditions here? What sort of nutrient contributions, what sort of groceries do you recommend?
Well, when Jared approached me this spring about growing mustard, I said, well, great. When he mentioned the yield goal he was actually, I was like, you sure you're going after that? But anyway, really, when you're growing for any crop for seed, you really want to concentrate on magnesium and phosphate. Phosphorus is an easy one to control in the plant, following the Ask the Plant program, doing the leaf analysis. But magnesium is a little bit tricky, especially in this area. It's generally deficient in magnesium. And sometimes you got a little bit of excess potassium that impedes magnesium uptake. So it's a little bit finicky. So we have to concentrate on that. The other thing too is this is a multi-fruiting crop, like any multi-fruiting crop, like soybeans in your area. We need to accomplish a lot of lateral branching on that plant to maximize the genetic potential of the crop. So this is where we started getting a little bit more innovative, and we started using hormones. Plants give off naturally hormones, but under these circumstances and stresses we have, those hormones are at a minimum. So we sort of recommended to Jared to start applying some hormones early in the season before bloom and then during bloom, so we can maximize all that lateral branching and increase our yields.
Now, when you were given the recommendations for something like that, how did you implement these? This is an irrigated crop.
Yeah.
Is that you put it through the irrigation system then?
Absolutely. The way we see it behind us, we've got a 1,400 foot long pivot. I look at it as just a 1,400 foot wide sprayer. And so we set up at their wellhead and started pumping fertilizer and just injected these products based on weekly demand.
Any other challenges to this crop, soil-wise, weather-wise? It obviously really liked what was going on here, though.
Yeah, this crop has responded well on this soil. We've got pretty shallow soil here, Stu. 6 inches in some spots, 2 inches in other spots. So a pretty challenging soil. And what we noticed on this crop, particularly this year, is once our temperature kind of rose above about 70 degrees Fahrenheit, we started getting some blooms fast. And we didn't have a lot of lateral branching like Noel was talking about. And so we implemented some hormones to help reduce those initial blooms. And I'll tell you, it was amazing watching that plant take on those additional lateral branches.
So really, throughout the season, you were adjusting nutrients, you were adjusting hormones, you had to take tissue analysis and really look at the plant every couple of weeks then.
Exactly. We started pretty early on this crop, and people say, well, mustard doesn't have a very high demand for nutrients, and to a point that is correct. But when you're looking at a 2,500 pound yield versus a 5,000, 6,000, the demand is a lot greater. It doubles. And the only way to keep track of that is by asking the plant with a plant analysis throughout the growing season. And that's how we can actually manipulate the plant physiology and go after these high yields like they were wanting to.
Now, I'm sure the client that you're working for, the farmer who has this field, he's looking at a pretty good return on investment in this.
Oh, this is substantial possibilities, absolutely. Yeah.
So that's one of the outcomes from the Ask the Plant program. We appreciate Noel Garcia of Texas, of the TPS Lab, and Jared Cook of Rocky Mountain Ag here. And that's our report from Idaho with a brand new mustard crop in this area. This is Stu Ellis. Thanks for watching.